So, so as some of you may know, most trees tend to start off much better in the company of other trees and in the shade. And this has definitely been the case for me for about probably 80 to 90% of the trees that I've planted, of about maybe 150 different species that I've tried. So while yeah, there's definitely some exceptions and some trees are more pioneer species and they do prefer being in the sun and they're thirsty for sunlight in order to get going and get growing. I've found that I can get a lot of trees to meter and a half, 2 meters and a half before I have to expose them to the light. And so this is just a little quick example. I've got an apple tree here that has reached about a meter and a half and is definitely now at the point where it wants light in order to continue developing. So here you go.
All right, so this little apple, these little leaves here, has too many neighbors, and it just budded its leaves, and it's spring, and I think it's time for it to get a little more light than it's been getting, because it's got quite a few neighbors. Here's the context, which I hope you can somewhat make out. This little stick here has that big red alder trunk on the right, and then all the greenery you see is elderberry that it's surrounded by. So I'm gonna see if I can free it up a little bit by climbing this guy up here and pruning some branches up there, and then pruning some of the elderberry underneath. Oh, that's a good stretch. Oh yeah. All right, bud, the tree. All right, friend. Let's cut some branches, buddy. Here's a nice strong one. Be careful. That sawdust. Climb a little higher. Yeah, better. Shout out to the guy who talked to me about undercuts. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that's the branch I'm standing on. Okay, so now I'm going to prune everything around this apple tree, and then maybe it'll be more visible. Here's the big alder branch that's going to become food for the soil. So the little organic matter is like a restaurant. And there's microbes in there. They're going to turn these branches, cook them up in the restaurant into some good plant food. My loppers, I need my loppers. All this easy elderberry. Elderberry is so easy. Chop and drop. It's a wonderful tree to help other trees get going. Aside from making its own medicine, its own fruit. Alright. There's a mulberry. Yep. Alright, it's a little brighter now. You guys see the apple? I don't know. It's hard in all this life, all this bushy density. Here it is. Can I get a little more light? Might even cut another branch up on the alder, or maybe on this hazel. You guys can't see it, but there's a hazel. Alright, there it is. There, it's a little more clear there. All that mulch just for this apple. So here we are a few weeks later, and the apple has definitely put on some nice growth. I think it's definitely enjoying the extra light. So, yeah, there it is. There you can see it a little more with the wind, how it bobs and waves. There it is, all this greenery in this neighborhood of life. Elderberries and alders and hops, all growing around. Nice apple.